It's a new week, and Chantel is back at home, which she seems to be happy about, even despite the fact that Salah seems to be staying true to his word that he is never coming back to her chat. Okay. Well, you're the dude who signed up for this bullshit, so I think they have to reevaluate like what they're trying to have as a partnership in their marriage, right? Because I'm fairly certain that on such a short arrangement of marriage that he was promised certain expectations of income from her YouTube channel and a couples channel, all kinds of crap, right? So he's acting like a toddler too. But there have been a lot of people who have come forward and suspected that there might be something mentally slow about Salah. That could be. I'm not going to say one way or the other. That's alleged. That is conspiracy. That's alleged. It does seem accurate though, because like how could any grown man walk into a situation like that and be like, yeah, this is totally cool. This is totally... Oh, wow. So you went from making $20,000 a month to making like $4,000 to $5,000 a month. What's going on here? Okay. So she gave him certain expectations, and it seems like once a year they have to renegotiate their contract. Sorry, it's that time of the morning where the coastal eddy burns off and it triggers my nose. So, anyway, the other big news in girl world is that there's been a lot of shit that came out on Kalari being a grifter. I did a video about it last night, and um, I thought long and hard about doing that video because I know how touchy of a subject it is, because there's so many people who have been lifting her up and will have to bring it back in, you know? And it's sad that so many people supported this grifter. So I did take my time in deciding to actually cover the material on that. But it's been out there for a few days, and other channels are reporting on it, and I'm getting feedback that the person who's putting out the videos is one of the OGs of the girl world. So I don't know what to say, guys, but what are you, Salah? I don't know why I'm getting a lot of trolls that are saying disgusting sexual shit to me on my chats. I've never had that happen before I started covering foodie beauty. But I can't say that it was entirely her or Salah because Kalari is part of an internet farm too, a troll farm. Yeah, apparently Jeffrey's one of them. Let's get rid of this guy too. My goodness, you guys. Um, I'm basically just here giving updates on Girl World. I am modestly dressed. So, you know, I'm not going to be flashing you, which a couple of the other trolls have asked me to do. Um, it's fucking sick. And like they're available every day in the early morning hours? For real? Okay. Anyway, if you don't know what's going on with Kalari, you don't have to trust my video on it. You can do your own searching. A lot of people have covered what's going on at this point. Have a good day. I hope you get less creeps in your chat. Thanks, Soy Sauce 2403. I appreciate that. I don't know why people would even waste their time doing that. You know, like, do they just don't have jobs, right? That's got to be it. They they have no jobs, no lives, and they are just lashing out and trying to hurt people for fun. That's got to be it. So anyway, please be careful of buying any books from Clary and donating to any of her GoFundMe's because she is a grifter. And she's apparently been doing this for over a decade. What does this say? Okay, well, you're gonna get blocked too. Fuck's sake, dude. I don't have another moderator. What are y'all talking about? Um, wow. YouTube has a lot of technical difficulties and troll buggies. Goodbye. I have more problematic people show up on my tiny little channel than Chantel does. It's amazing. You know, like, she's like, oh, just let them say their piece. No, girl. Like, if somebody's coming on your channel and saying, flash the audience, they're not there for a good reason, right? The stuff that I'm getting is not acceptable behavior in a chat, period. Anywho, I'm having brie cheese and wheat bread for breakfast. It's tasty. I need my second win though because I've been up since 3:30 and there's still things I have to get done today. But like I said, check out the Kalori stuff. You can watch my video that I did last night, or you can watch any number of other videos that have been done on this. And she is a problem for the community because she's trying to rip people off. She's quite literally trying to rip people off. And she's using larger channels to get that done by trying to create parasocial relationships in their chats with their audiences. It's pretty scary, quite frankly. My goodness. Girl needs to get a job. She needs to get a real job because it's looking like she's unemployable, and that's why she has all these scams going down. $50,000 for Carl's Animal Sanctuary. That's your fucking house. There were no animals. So where were all the animal pictures? Where were all the animal pictures? $50,000. The same amount that the property was in foreclosure for. Really? Okay. So, like I said, she's not actually volunteering for the Democratic Party. That's not happening. She can't even walk to the end of her driveway without running out of breath. So she's certainly not doing any sort of door knocking, talking to voters. I don't think she's offline long enough to actually do any phone banking or text banking or postcarding because she's in everybody's chats. She at least makes an appearance, you know, and buys some favor by throwing in some like $2 super chats. She's looking for buying some favor and then goes and does her little bike routines. No resistance, 2 pound weights. So, anyway, that's going on. I imagine that's going to come up more and more. I only covered it because it was bubbling up so severely. But in regards to Chantel, she's back home in Kuwait, and Salah is still being a toddler who stormed out of her chat. He doesn't know how to relate to her fans at all. Like he's created such a terrible relationship with her fan base that he cannot relate to her fans. And hey, Danny, how beautiful. How are you doing this morning? Have you been following all of this crap that's been going on? Oh my God. Check my last video. Kalari showed her ass big time and got caught. No, it's what happens to me. Are you a little sick or is it cold there? It's a little cold. But what happens is when the temp changes, that really triggers my nose. And we're at the point where the coastal eddy is starting to burn off. So that's when I start really having nose issues. It happens in the morning and then it happens at night. You know, so it's like twice a day that I go through this bullshit. Okay. So Danny, what happened is that it was revealed last week by one of the OG um Girl World followers that Kalari has created several GoFundMe scams over the years. And she's been doing this at least since like 2012. So she's been scamming for over a decade. And I think that the bigger channels are still trying to like grapple with like, do we believe it? Do we not believe it? Like, is there an explanation around this? How do we deal with this? Because she's so embedded in our fan base at this point, because she literally like put herself into all of their chats and started creating parasocial relationships with their followers, right? So it's a tricky situation to be a larger channel and say I'm separating from Kalari, right? After learning this information about her, because they could get trolled, they could um, lose subscribers, like all kinds of shit could happen because Kalari is a manipulator. She's a master manipulator. And if you take a look at the video I posted last night, you'll see what I'm talking about. She posted several GoFundMe's, some that were just absolutely ridiculous, like housewarming gifts, help pay for my ass explosion. Like I'm having explosive diarrhea and I was in the hospital for 10 days for this. Are you kidding me? They won't even keep you in the hospital for 3 days if you have a C section. Where is she coming up with this nonsense? I was in the hospital for 10 days. They thought I was going to die because I had the flu. My ass was exploding. I can't even with her right now. Oh my God. And this was like a couple months after I actually was hospitalized for low potassium. And I spent one night in the hospital. I was admitted for one night because they wanted to put me on a drip and bring my potassium level back up. So she said, this is like 2 months later, she said, I had low magnesium and low calcium to the point that it was like death values. I don't even recall them telling me my numbers on magnesium and calcium, to be real with you. They just told me I was dehydrated and low on potassium. That was it. And the shit that comes out of her mouth makes no goddamn sense. But the other channels are going to have to grapple with this. They're going to have to figure out, like, what do I do with the fact that there is a grifter amongst our midst? She's being lifted up. We're calling her out and saying, thank you, Kalari, for your super chat. Right? This happens like every day. Thank you, Kalari, for your super chat. So thankful. So sorry that people are pointing out the obvious about you. I don't even know what to say. So obviously, I'm not the right person to lead this discussion because she attacked me so severely that it looks like retaliation. So I don't want to be the one who leads the conversation around what's going on here. But the channel that I found it on is OLAP, and I have cited that on my video. Everybody has to be careful. You all have to be careful about like who you're watching and whether they're asking you for money. Are they asking you for money? Chantel did this shit over the weekend too. She's like, I looked into transporting Sam, the cat that she abandoned in Canada, to Kuwait, and it would cost like $5,000. Should I set up a GoFundMe? No, bitch. You should not set up a GoFundMe. I get weird ass messages. I'm glad that YouTube's holding some of them. Who's sending the trolls to my site? Who is sending trolls to my site? Because I'm a very small channel. So, which one of you knuckleheads is sending disgusting trolls to my site that are saying sexual things to me? For real? Have you nothing better to do with your days? Anyhow, I do have some things that I have to do today, and but I'm waiting for the coastal eddy to burn off because it's really hard for me to move my joints in this sort of moist, cool temp. It kind of makes it hard for me. And I don't want to have to be trying to deal with the walkers today. If I don't have to, I'd rather not. Anywho, I still have some brie cheese and brown bread to finish off for breakfast. And you people that come from troll farms can kiss my ass. That's how I feel about it. Take care, y'all. Have a great Monday. I might be back later.